I'm Torrey Smith from the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're watching CITV.
Welcome to 2018 Plymouth Whitemarsh Varsity Boys Lacrosse Senior Night at Victory Fields, Wednesday, May 9th, 2018. It's time for senior recognition. This is Brendan Sullivan, uniform 4. He is ticketed for Stevens Institute of Technology.
Hey, Sully.
Aaron Olsavsky, uniform 5. Going to King's College. Next up is Matthew Schuring, uniform 7.
Yeah, Matt.
Uniform 8, Mike Iannarelli.
Yeah, Mike.
The captain of the varsity lacrosse team here at Plymouth Whitemarsh. He's headed to Rosemont College.
Yeah, Matt.
Here's uniform number 9, Scott Horry. Also participated on the Plymouth Whitemarsh wrestling team. He's even involved with TSA. Recently picked up a scholarship award with TSA. That's Scott Horry, uniform 9. Good. He's very good on face-offs for PW. Up next, uniform 11 for PW, Colin Sen. His brother Ryan Sen is also walking alongside him. There's Kenny Diamond, uniform 12. In the past, also participated with the PW diving team. And even played on the soccer pitch for the PW Colonials. Uniform 12, Kenny Diamond. Now up for PW, uniform 17, Luke Jones.
Yeah, Luke. Hey, 17. Take a 1-7.
Uniform 17, Chris Jones. Luke Jones.
What up, 40?
Number 18, Chris Ward is here. Chris Ward. Luke Jones getting his picture while Chris Ward is escorted by his parents, his family. There's Andrew Trainer, uniform 32. He is heading to King's College. W's uniform 21, George, gets a round of applause from the crowd and his teammates as well. Uniform 32, Andrew Trainer. His family wearing Team Trainer 32 t-shirts. Now coming along, uniform 38, Lucas White. Now our final senior. Congratulations to all the seniors for their hard work. And best of luck in their future endeavors. Hello and welcome to another edition of CITV Sports. I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss. It's Wednesday, May 9th, 2018. We're at the Plymouth Whitemarsh Victory Field 1 turf for Suburban 1 Continental Boys Lacrosse, featuring the Springfield Township Spartans of Erdenheim, Pennsylvania, and the host Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials of Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania. PW is celebrating its senior night, recognizing its seniors with members of their families before the game. And this is a critical game for both teams as Springfield comes into the game 12-5, number 9 in the PIAA District 1 AA rankings. Plymouth Whitemarsh enters 6-9, number 27 in the PIAA District 1 3A rankings. The top 24 teams in District 1 3A make the playoffs. The top 12 in District 1 2A make the playoffs. We're going to have 4 12-minute quarters of regulation here. In the first quarter, PW in white is going right to left. Springfield in blue going left to right. The head coaches, both in their 4th season. For Springfield, Hank Resch, and for Plymouth Whitemarsh, Brian Gregg. And PW wins the faceoff. In goal for the Spartans is Paul Asman, a junior. PW's keeper is senior Griffin Kolka, who is part of triplets. His brother, Stefan, uniform 2, is also on the PW varsity boys lacrosse team, and their sister, Sophie Kolka, the other triplet, is on the Plymouth Whitemarsh varsity girls lacrosse team. 11:20 to go in the first quarter. Springfield 0, PW 0. PW 6-9. One of PW's wins this season had been a forfeit handed by Archbishop Ryan The Raiders did not want to play PW. Brendan Sullivan hands it off his uniform 2. Now passing around. Now go inside. Fire. Boom! Shaka-laka! Ball goes off it, and it's 1-0 Plymouth Whitemarsh. On a goal by Kenny Diamond, the senior. Good start for the Colonials. Dating back to 2005, PW is 17-2 against the Spartans. Springfield has not scored double-digit goals against PW in any of those 19 meetings. PW has won each of the past 4 games against the Spartans. The last time Springfield defeated PW, April 8th, 2015. It was either in 3 or 4 overtimes, 7-6 here at PW. Suburban One Sports indicates 3 overtimes, laxpower.com 4. Now the second face-off was Scott Horry, a senior. A good job there by PW with the 1-0 lead. Good take there by Eric Luba. So out of bounds will be Springfield ball. Springfield is coming into this game on a 6-game win streak, which is its longest dating back to 2005. Springfield's had a couple seasons in that span with 6 or fewer wins total. Springfield last season made the District 1 AA playoffs as the 7 seed, won 9-4 in the first round over 10th seeded Pope John Paul II, and then lost in the second round to number 2 seed Westchester Henderson. It was 11-2. 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Plymouth Whitemarsh 1, Springfield nothing yet, on the goal by Kenny Diamond. Plymouth Whitemarsh still has a shot at making the District 1 3A playoffs. 3 spots behind the final position. And the schedule is actually favorable. And that one's put through. Boom! Shaka-laka! Looks like a goal for Paul Richardson. It was actually Wilson Cruson, uniform 1. And we are knotted up at 1 apiece. With 9:46 to go in the first quarter. Springfield is coming off an impressive 9-6 win at Wissahickon on May 7th. It was 3-2 Spartans at halftime. And at one point it was 6-6, and then Springfield ended the game on a 3-0 run. It will go to the Spartans. It's 1-1. PW scored the first goal by Kenny Diamond, and Wilson Cruson got it in the cage over on Coca. Official will allow a player to enter for the Spartans. Paul Richardson now has it. Richardson had 4 goals in the 9-6 win at Wissahickon 2 days ago. Zach Koppel and Wilson Cruson had 2 apiece. Justin Smith had a goal. Paul Assman had a dozen saves. Spartans trying to make the district playoffs for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. Also made it in 2015. Lost 11-3 at Avon Grove that year. Hank Resch, the head coach for Springfield, I believe, is 41-31. Brian Gregg is 36-34. Chris Ward trying to ward off Richardson inside, and scooped up, fired by Cruson. And it will remain with the Spartans. It's Zach Koppel, a junior, with it. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Springfield 1, Plymouth Whitemarsh 1. Ahead of PW, number 26, Hapero Horsham, which is 5-11. Number 25, Owen J. Roberts, 5-11. Number 24, 7-9, Westchester East. Number 23, Council Rock South at 7-8. Council Rock South has a game on this May 9th against number 2, CB East, and May 11th against District 1, AA number 11, New Hope Solebury. Westchester East has 1 game left at number 17, D1 3A Downingtown West. Owen J. Roberts, I think the season's complete. Griffin Coca tried to feed it off the diamond. Now giving it inside for Christian Zernicki, and it'll be scooped up by Asman. Number 26, Hapero Horsham in District 1 3A, currently playing number 16, Souderton, and on May 11th has an affair against number 15, Garnet Valley. Here's a turnover going right to left PW with 8:10 to go. 5. Boom, shaka, laka. Brendan Sullivan gets it past Paul Asman. It's 2-1 Plymouth Whitemarsh with 8:08 to go in the first quarter. Now for the fourth face-off. PW this season has averaged 7.78 goals per game, allowing 7.85. Springfield has averaged 8.53 a game, allowing about 4.5 per. On the road, Springfield is 7-4, 7.9 goals per game, 4.9 against. Not too shabby for a team 2 years ago having 6 wins total. Picked up there by Scott Horry. And that will go out of play, but the run after won by Brian Gregg's Colonials. A lot of fans making their way here at the Victory Fields. Plymouth Whitemarsh has 1 game remaining after this one. It will be at Abington, the Suburban 1 Continental Tilt. If PW wins this game and at Abington, there's a possibility PW could sneak into the top 24 with what I said about the teams ahead of them not too long ago. Sullivan now behind the cage. Brendan Sullivan had a 7-goal game in a 14-5 win against Quakertown back on April 24th, a game we did on CITV. It'll be possession Springfield now in the PWN. Ball intended for Justin Smith was intercepted by Stefan Kolka, Griffin's brother. Now Olsopsky hands it off. Chris Ward getting guarded. Ward hands it to Diamond. Kenny Diamond. 7:10 to go in the first quarter. PW 2, Spartans 1. Springfield's 2 wins in the last 19 meetings against PW have both been by a goal. Again, Springfield has not scored double digits against PW dating back to 2005. In 2012 and 11, the Spartans did not face PW as Springfield was in the Bicentennial League. Mike Iannarelli. Attempt there to Zernicki. Here's Colin Kassan. Iannarelli. Iannarelli inside now to Ryan Sen. And that is taken away by the Spartans. And Springfield on a 6-game win streak. Spartans have won 5 straight road games. And that's going to be interference on Stefan Kolka. Traveled with it. It will be possession Spartans for Hank Resch's squad. Now in the PWN we are. 6:06 to go in the first quarter. 2-1 Plymouth Whitemarsh. PW has scored a goal now in 70 straight games. Has also given up a goal now in 38 straight. Spartans have now given up a goal in 13 straight games. It's the 87th consecutive non-forfeited game Springfield has scored. Springfield did collect a 1-0 forfeit win against Cheltenham a couple years ago. We can't count that. 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. PW and White 2, Springfield and Dark 1. Diamond and Sullivan the scorers for PW. Wilson Cruson for the Spartans. That was Brendan Fleur. Inside, bounced. Kolka, then it looked like Diamond kicks it. Great loose ball there. Now the Teddy Saunders in blue. 8 years ago, PW actually had a game in which it defeated Springfield 20-1 April 20th, 2010. Well, this Springfield team has grown up a lot since then. Springfield had a goal in the first quarter in that game, and that was it. Colin Joka had 6 goals for PW. He is PW's all-time leading scorer for the varsity boys at 188. He then went on to Marist. Allie Diamond has surpassed Colin Joka this school year. For the PW girls team, she has over 200. Plymouth Whitemarsh varsity girls lacrosse team has clinched at least a share of the Suburban 1 American Girls Conference. Fired inside. Good save by Kolka on the attempt by Cruson. 4:15 to go in the first quarter. PW 2, Springfield 1 on PW senior night. Now PW's Kolka will feed it ahead. It was batted down momentarily by the Spartans, but here comes Iannarelli. Mike Iannarelli, going to Rosemont College, recently made that announcement. And there are 4 minutes to play in the first of 4 regulation quarters. Each quarter 12 minutes long. Before Brian Gregg, the head coach was Phil Chang. In case you're wondering, PIAA started contesting state playoffs in 2009. PW has never been to states during that period. Last season, PW did not make the district playoffs at 7-10. PW right now at 6-9. The best it can finish is 8-9. PW do not believe has any wins against teams way above 500. Springfield, I believe, has just 1 win against a team above 500. That was against Pope John Paul II, 4-3 earlier this season. And Springfield is number 9 in the District 1 AA rankings. Marple Newtown's number 8. Springfield would like to get a home game for the 2nd straight season. Now PW still on to Springfield and with 2:45 to go in the first quarter. Plymouth Whitemarsh 2, Springfield 1. Springfield is 5-2 in conference play. PW, I think, is 3-3. Cheltenham not participating this year, and that was an attempt whiffed by Christian Zernicki. The ground ball picked up by Diamond. Henny Diamond with the first goal of the game. Largest lead for PW at 1. And it is Paul Asman making the ground save. Fed it off to Dylan Donnelly. Springfield going left to right in this quarter. Inside now to Koppel. Zach Koppel feeds it back. Now to Paul Richardson. Richardson is a sophomore. Richardson fires. That's way beyond the cage, and it will be run after 1 by the Spartans. Under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. 2-1 Colonials. And there is a foul, I think, against Zernicki on an offside, so he will be booked. So offsides penalty for him. He will be sitting for a few seconds. So it's a man advantage for Springfield looking to tie it up.
Seconds. 10, 9, 8.
7 seconds of the power play left, and it's Griffin Coca with the save. And now PW going right to left, looking to extend its advantage, and it's now even strength. Now Stefan Coca. Springfield has allowed single-digit goals in 6 straight games entering this one. We have a timeout, Plymouth Whitemarsh, with 1:09 to go in the first quarter. And PW senior night, it's Plymouth Whitemarsh, the home team, in white 2. Springfield, the visitor, in dark 1. Suburban One Sports is the Suburban One League's premier high school sports authority, providing athletes and fans the latest sports news, scores, and photos. Visit Suburban One Sports online at www.suburbanOnesports.com. Recently, Suburban One Sports has announced that it will need to create a new website, so go to www.suburbanOnesports.com to read more on how you can contribute to SuburbanOneSports.com. A lot of schools in the Suburban One League would like SuburbanOneSports.com to continue. It's a great resource to get scores, updates, and even past scores so we can prepare for the games. So make sure you go to SuburbanOneSports.com to learn how you can keep Suburban One Sports running. Also, while the 2017-18 basketball season has come to a close weeks ago, Taylor O'Brien, who is the PIAA Class 6A Girls State Player of the Year for Plymouth Whitemarsh, has a chance to be named Miss PA Basketball. Go to www.pabball.com/vote-now to make Taylor O'Brien the 2018 Miss PA Basketball winner. There are 7 remaining players in the state Taylor O'Brien is one of them, so go to www.pabball.com/vote-now to make Taylor O'Brien your winner. Out of the timeout, a minute to go in the first quarter, 2-1, Plymouth Whitemarsh over the Springfield Township Spartans of Erdenheim. There's Iannarelli. Iannarelli will get it back. Now 50 seconds to go in the quarter. Fire, bouncer, attempt there. It's deflected. Now Kenny Diamond. Kenny Diamond, Brendan Sullivan with the PW goals. Wilson Cruson for the Spartans. We have a little hold up. It will be possession. Spartans on the dead ball foul. Going left to right. Cruson. Cruson with the attempt. And it will be picked up there by Koppel. Zach Koppel. Hands it off to Ryan Wilsbach. Wilsbach now to Richardson. 23 seconds to go in the opening quarter. 2-1 Colonials. PW has lost 4 of its last 5. And it'll be run by the Spartans. 9 seconds left. And the coaching staff hollering at the Colonials. Now going inside the PWN. Fired. It will go behind the cage. 1 second left. That won't be enough time to fire one in there. It'll have to be a catch and shoot. 1 second left in the first quarter. And that will do it for the first 12 minutes of 48. After 12 minutes, it's Plymouth Whitemarsh 2, Springfield 1. So Kenny Diamond and Brendan Sullivan had the PW goals. Wilson Cruson has the lone tally for the Spartans. It's May 9th, 2018. I'd like to send best birthday wishes to Abby Brodkin. Happy birthday, Mom. Want to know how your spring sports team is doing in District 1? DistrictScores.com can help you out. Make sure to select spring sports and then your desired sport to find up-to-date records and rankings in each Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association classification. And boys lacrosse, Springfield Township is AA, Plymouth Whitemarsh is AAA. That's DistrictScores.com. At the moment, Springfield Township would be in the District 1 AA playoffs. 12 make it in. 3 go to states. Currently number 9. This is Springfield's final game of the season. We'd like to make it count. Plymouth Whitemarsh, the District 1 3A rankings, currently 27. The top 24 make it. District 1 3A boys lacrosse playoff scheduled to start on Tuesday, May 15th. The circumstances permit. PW 3 spots behind the final position. And if PW wins out and teams ahead lose, there's a chance PW could make the playoffs with a losing record. Now we're going to go to the second quarter. PW leads 2-1. There was one tie. PW led by 1-0, and then now 2-1. Now for our fifth face-off here will be Scott Horry for Plymouth Whitemarsh and White. We have switched sides in the second quarter. PW and White going left to right. And for the Spartans, right to left in blue. It will be possession Springfield. On the PW end. Here at the Victory Field 1 turf. In past years, senior night would be at Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonial Stadium. Thankfully, we do have lighting here when it does get dark. Justin Smith. He'll dance ahead with the cross. Now to Richardson. Paul Richardson. He'll fire. Boom! Shakalaka! Bullseye for Paul Richardson. It's 2-2 on the goal for the sophomore. For Springfield. Coming off a 4-goal performance in the 9-6 win at Wissahickon on May 7. He is not going to go away. And with 11:24 to go in quarter 2. It's Springfield 2, Plymouth Whitemarsh 2. Good start for the second quarter for the Spartans. Springfield actually started the season 2-2, lost its first game 6-4 at Germantown Academy on March 24th. I think that's the lone team Springfield has lost against that has a losing record right now, 6-7 if I'm not mistaken. And Springfield just 1 win this season against a team with a winning record. It'll be PW ball going left to right and White. The wind picking up a little here. This is the final week for regular season action in lacrosse, boys and girls. Last possible date to play games, May 11th, as the District 1 seeding meeting scheduled for Saturday, May 12th. And PW hoping its name gets called for, I believe, the 9th time in 10 seasons. They have made it 8 of 9 times. 10:35 to go in the first half. Springfield 2, PW 2 here at Plymouth Whitemarsh High School in Plymouth meeting. PW has never been above 500 this season. I think the best it had been was 4-4. Only 2 wins since that point in the season. In league play, PW averages 8.66 goals per game, allowing 6.5. Springfield in league play, 5-2. 8.8 goals a game, 6 goals allowed. Now there's a ground ball here, going to be picked up by the Colonials, Colin Kassan. Great defensive effort there to cause the turnover for Springfield. It'll be possession Spartans. Turnout still very good here on a breezy May 9th. So far in the month of May, it seemed like every day has been in the 70s and 80s. Not a lot of rain. And hopefully the rain can stay away for as long as it can. Well, the teams are playing its remainder of games. 9:28 to go in the second quarter. Springfield in blue 2, PW in white 2. This is the second tie of the game. Cruson comes out for the Spartans. Now Kolka gets the pass from behind. As you see here with the cages are at the spot where a free position would be in the girls' game. And now it'll be possession of PW with Sullivan, who has the goal. Even if PW makes the District 1 3A playoffs, it would have to play on the road May 15th. Right now, the Plymouth Whitemarsh girls lacrosse team entered May 9th. Number 6 in the District 1 3A rankings. Top 24 make it. Top 8 get first round buys. It'd be great if PW boys get in, and so do the PW girls, and the girls get a first round bye so that CITV could give you multiple lacrosse games the week of May 14th. And that's if the circumstances permit. 8:20 to go in the first half. Springfield 2, PW 2. If Whitemarsh hasn't scored double figures since a 14-5 win over Quakertown on April 24th. That was on CITV. The following game was the start of a 4-game losing streak. It was a 10-9 overtime loss at Neshaminy, which is in the top 24 despite a losing record. Assistant coach Ryan Zervin was a bit upset that the Colonials also lost a 9-8 affair against Wissahickon on May 1st. He said PW should have won that game. Wissahickon, I think, is in the top 24. Springfield defeated Wissahickon recently. 7:36 to go in the first half. It's 2-2. Springfield in blue, PW in white. PW going left to right in the white. PW just one home game ever in playoffs. Fed inside, boom, shaka laka. Sullivan with his second tally of the game. It's now 3-2 Colonials. Third lead of the game for P-Dub. Now Colonials with its third lead. Again, another 1-goal advantage. So Springfield 1 in the first, 1 in the second. PW 2 in the first, 1 so far in the second. Now for our 7th face-off. PW has won 4 of the 6. The last time these two teams met was on May 11th, 2017 at Springfield. PW won 7-3, but the story in that game had been a tale of 2 halves. Springfield led 3-0 at the half. And then PW had 3 in the third, 4 in the fourth, and Springfield had 0 second-half goals. Brendan Sullivan had 2, Mike Anarelli had 3, Quist Ward and Rocco Mazzi had 1 each. Now Springfield won the face-off, going right to left in blue. Springfield looking for its second straight season with 13 wins. Last season Spartans had 13, right now 12-5. Tied for second was Souderton at 5-2, but lost to the Indians on April 12th, 11-6. A lot of different play calls being hollered. 6:42 to go in the second quarter. 3-2 Plymouth Whitemarsh. Last time Springfield won a game was in 3 or 4 overtimes. Won a game against PW. It was in April 10, 2015. The other win recently for Springfield was on April 14, 2014, 8-7 at Springfield. There's a ground ball. Collision there. Ryan Wilsbach dropped. No call. There's a ground ball. Looks like picked up by the Colonials, but turned over momentarily. Still a ground ball. Going after it is Nick Pugliese, and it's possession PW. Timeout, Brian Gregg. He would like to talk it over even further with 5:58 to go in the second quarter. Plymouth Whitemarsh and White 3. Springfield Township Spartans in dark 2. The CITV YouTube channel, your online video source for sports, concerts, educational highlights, and more from the students, faculty, and staff of Colonial School District. Visit www.youtube.com and search Colonial Instructional Television. And I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss, Wednesday, May 9th, 2018. I'd like to give a shout out to all the teachers. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. We certainly appreciate you. Also, like to thank the coaches. They're also teachers at their respective schools for their hard work. This is our second to last remaining scheduled regular season edition of CITV Sports in the 2017-18 school year, and we're glad you have joined us for all the action, fall, winter, and spring. Last school year, 2017, there were no team-only sports to make the spring District 1 playoffs. This year, looks like the girls lacrosse team and possibly the baseball team we're going to have district action, and the boys lacrosse team would like to get help, win out, and sneak into the playoffs and play for the 9th time in the last 10 seasons in the District 1 postseason. Now the timeout will be PW ball going left to right. PW's largest lead at 1. Springfield has tied it a couple times. Here's Iannarelli going to Rosemont College. Out in Rosemont, PA, near Bryn Mawr. Chris Ward, one of a bunch of seniors. Sullivan, out to Colin Kassan. Kassan now leads it off. Mike Iannarelli has got a big fan club. Getting guarded by Nick Pugliese. Ball is in no man's land, picked up by Sullivan, though. Upper Dublin has already won the Suburban 1 Continental Conference outright. Has just one loss on the season, lost to current number 1 District 1 3A's position, Avon Grove. Upper Dublin, I think, entered May 9th. Number 3 in District 1 3A. Number 2, Central Bucks East, a perennial contender in District 1. Now we'll feed it to Sullivan. And PW just one playoff win in program history that came in 2012, 8-7 in overtime over Avon Grove in Plymouth meeting. Kenny Diamond scoops it up. The goals for PW: Kenny Diamond, Brendan Sullivan, and Sullivan. Cruson and Richardson have goals for the Spartans. So Sullivan has each of PW's previous 2 tallies. Last goal scored by any player was 7:26 to go in this quarter. It's 3-2 Plymouth Whitemarsh. 4:23 to go in the first half. And then we'll have a little bit of a break and come back for quarters 3 and 4. PW does not want to play an overtime game. We'd like to get a win in regulation. This would be PW's best win of the season in terms of opponent winning percentage. Fired. And that's going to be scooped up and saved by Paul Asman. Nice work from him. That was not easy. And now Springfield in transition. Either Chris, looks like Chris Mindshine. Wilson Cruson is going to check in for Ryan Rosbach. Now here's the race after. PW wins it here at the Victory Fields 1 turf, which had been reinstalled after the fall 2017 sports season. Has protective netting behind the end lines. And these are new lines. It'll be possession PW. Griffin Kolka, part of triplets. His brother Stefan is also on this team, and their triplet sister Sophie is on the PW girls lacrosse team. Hassle there for Osofsky, Aaron Osofsky. Ground ball. A lot of aggressiveness for Springfield. Ball tipped out. Springfield ball. 3 minutes to go in the first half. 3-2 Plymouth Whitemarsh. Very good one defensively so far. Brendan Sullivan with a pair of goals. Kenny Diamond with one for PW. Cruson and Richardson the scores for Springfield. Got ourselves another timeout on the field. 2:46 to go at quarter number 2 here in Plymouth, meaning Plymouth Whitemarsh and White 3, Springfield Township and Dart 2. PIAA District 1 organizes district playoffs for high schools in Bucks, Montgomery, Chester, and Delaware counties. For more information, visit piaad1.org. In District 1 3A boys lacrosse, there are 39 teams, 24 qualify for districts. The top 8 get first round byes, 6 go to states. The first round is scheduled May 15th, 2018. Around the spring sports view for Plymouth Whitemarsh. They're going to look like now, if the season would end today, there'll be a couple teams in District 1 playoffs for sure. Plymouth Whitemarsh girls lacrosse will be making its second appearance in the last 3 seasons, but right now, currently in a top 8 position, would like to stay there so it gets a first round bye and gets to host on May 17th in a second round game. And baseball, entering May 9th, Chris Minero's Colonials, currently 15th, top 20 make playoffs. PW would like to make the baseball playoffs for the first time since 2014. Softball at 7-6, well outside the top 20. And boys lacrosse, number 27 in District 1 3A for PW. If PW wins this game and then its regular season finale at Abington, there's a shot of making the playoffs. Teams ahead would have to lose. Now Springfield will fire, will go out of play. Looks like Richardson fired it. It will remain with the Spartans. 2:23 to go in the first half. Plymouth Whitemarsh 3, Spartans 2. The lights have come on here in Plymouth meeting. Now going inside. Justin Smith. Race after will be won by the Spartans over the end line. Plymouth Whitemarsh in its history had won 2 Suburban 1 American titles, 2011 and 12. UW in 2011 was the number 20 seed, oddly enough, in the District 1 playoffs, despite being undefeated in conference play. Lost 10-9 at Pennsbury in the first round. It looked like PW tied the game up. Boom shakalaka, goal by Smith, ties it up at 3 apiece. First goal of the game for Justin Smith. With 1:43 to go in the first half, Springfield Township Spartans 3, Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials 3. With a minute 43 to go in quarter 2. Springfield 1 in the first, 2 in the second. Plymouth Whitemarsh 2 in the first, 1 in the second. Now time for our 8th face-off. PW has won 4 of the 7. Now for another face-off. I think Smith is taking it for the Spartans, and Scott Horry for the Colonials. PW going left to right in white. Springfield in dark, right to left. Horry will get it. Scott Horry. Eric Luba. Luba will scoop it up to Brendan Sullivan, who has a pair of goals. Springfield's goals: Wilson Cruson, Paul Richardson, and Justin Smith. PW's goals: 2 by Brendan Sullivan, 1 by Kenny Diamond. And we're sorry if we have any incorrect scorers, as we're going by what the book has and what we think we have seen. Approaching 1 minute to go in the first half. We are even at 3 apiece. A good one here on senior night for Plymouth Whitemarsh. Plymouth Whitemarsh girls lacrosse won its senior night 13-7 against Souderton, which you had seen on CITV. At one point, Souderton did not score for 27.5 minutes after taking a 6-4 lead in the first half. Gave up 9 unanswered to the Lady Colonials. Fired by Diamond! Boom shakalaka! Diamond in the rough. Second goal of the game for Kenny Diamond. PW back on top. 4-3. With 39 seconds to go in half number 1. And back and forth we go. Fourth lead for PW. PW has never trailed, but has tied on a couple occasions. And now for our 9th face-off, Scott Horry will do the honors again for PW. Also a member of the PW wrestling squad. Also a member of TSA. I think he was a scholarship winner recently for PW. Horry trying to get it up. It'll be Scott Horry momentarily. And it was won by Springfield, though. Timeout, Hank Resch, Springfield. 29 seconds to go in the first half. Colonials in white for Spartans in dark free. In a back and forth game. You're watching Suburban 1 Continental Boys Lacrosse on CITV. Colonial Instructional Television airs Channel 28 on both Comcast Cable and Verizon Fios in Plymouth Township, Whitemarsh Township, and Conshohocken Borough. You can even watch CITV videos online. For more information regarding CITV programming, visit colonialsd.org/community/CITV. We have a lot of events going on Colonial Instructional Television. On May 11th, we even plan on bringing Plymouth Whitemarsh 2018 Distinguished Graduate Ceremony. Also on Thursday, May 10th, 2018, the circumstances permitting, we plan on bringing you Suburban 1 American Baseball between Cheltenham and Plymouth Whitemarsh. There could be thunder and rain, so we'll have to wait and see whether or not we can do that for you. Hopefully we will, because PW, with a win against Cheltenham at baseball, will improve its district chances from good to likely. PW baseball, again, has not been in the District 1 playoff since 2014, hasn't won a district playoff game since 2011, and the Colonials baseball team hasn't hosted a playoff game since 2010. And to go even further, last time PW baseball won a home playoff game was 2008, 7-0 against Chichester. So a lot of excitement. We'll have to wait and see as the days progress in the coming days. 29 seconds to go in the first half. 4-3 out of the timeout. Springfield with the ball with a chance to tie it into halftime. PW 2 in the first, 2 in the second. Springfield 1 in the first, 2 in the second. There's been one penalty. Zernicki had an offsides in the first quarter for PW. Fired in the hole. Banging the stick is Richardson. It will remain with the Spartans. 12 seconds to go in the first half. Hank Resch wants them to go right to the cage against Griffin Kolka. 6 seconds now. Here's Zach Koppel inside. Can't get it through. And that's going to do it for the first half. Good first half we got here at Plymouth meeting. After 24 minutes, Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials 4 and the Springfield Spartans in dark 3. Your goal scorers, Kenny Diamond has 2 and Brendan Sullivan has 2 for the Colonials. And for the Spartans, 1 apiece for Wilson Cruson, Paul Richardson, and Justin Smith. It's halftime here in Plymouth meeting. I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss. More Suburban 1 Continental Boys Lacrosse is coming up on CITV Sports. Don't go away. We're back with Suburban 1 Continental Boys Lacrosse on Colonial Instructional Television. This is Scott Samuel David Weiss. After the first 24 minutes on PW Senior Night, it's Plymouth Whitemarsh 4, Springfield Township Spartans 3. PW has never trailed, has led 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, and 4-3. PW has 2 goal scorers, Brendan Sullivan and Kenny Diamond, with a pair apiece. Wilson Cruson, Paul Richardson, and Justin Smith with solo tallies. In the first half, Springfield had 6 ground balls and 15 shots. In the third quarter, PW will be going right to left in white. Springfield will be going left to right in dark. Scott Horry will be doing the face-off honors again for Plymouth Whitemarsh. And Springfield 12-5, PW 6-9. PW has 1 win by forfeit that came against Archbishop Ryan. That game was supposed to be on April 26th. PW wins the face-off. Plymouth Whitemarsh would like to make this 18 wins and 20 meetings against Springfield Township dating back to 2005. Springfield has never scored 10 against PW dating back to 2005. I think 8 is the most on a couple occasions. And there have been a few 1-goal games. Springfield's won a couple of them. 11:26 to go in the third quarter. 4-3 Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials with the ball here on PW Senior Night. For Plymouth Whitemarsh girls, currently at Springfield Township. For Springfield Township's girls Senior Night, the lacrosse team for PW at one point have been up 9-4. Attempt by Anarelli is whiffed. Now it's a loose ball there. Picked up by the Spartans, looking to tie it up. Now feeds it inside, saved by Kolka on the attempt by Wilson Cruson, the junior. And Griffin Kolka with the fast transition there to Kenny Diamond. Diamond against Mindshine. There's Chris and Brian Mindshine. Colin Cassan, here's Brendan Sullivan. Colin Sen, uniform 11 in white, came off the field for PW. Matthew Sherring's in there, uniform 7 for PW, one of the seniors. And a ground ball picked up by the Spartans, Dylan Donnelly. Donnelly will feed it to Paul Asman. Asman, a junior. Ball is jarred. PW trying to scoop it up. Can't. Springfield going left to right. 9:57 to go in the third quarter. Colonials 4, Spartans 3. Springfield and Ernheim, Plymouth Whitemarsh, and Plymouth meeting. This is Springfield's regular season finale. PW a game against Abington to go. PW with 27 for the District 1 3A rankings, 4 free spots behind the final position to make top 24 playoffs. Springfield appears to be making the District 1 AA playoffs for the second straight season. Right now, number 9. Top 12 make it. If it is 9, 10, 11, 12, we'll have to go on the road for opening round action. Fired in there by Richardson, denied. Second effort, though, on the rebound. Good feed there to Cruson, bounce. Good pickup by Zach Koppel behind the cage for the Spartans. Fired. Not a play by Smith. Possession, Colonials. Looked like Justin Smith had trigger finger and had it wide, and it's Stefan Kolka, uniform 2 for PW with it. This is PW's first season with a 0-3 start since 2009. Also started 0-3 that season. PW right now 6-9. In 2009, the Colonials went on a 10-plus game win streak and made its first playoff appearance, lost to Abington in District 1 first round, 7-4. So maybe a good thing, but still plenty of lacrosse to do in this game. Fired. Oh, good deflection there on the wicked shot by Brennan Fleur. It will remain with the Spartans on the PW end. This Springfield team, not like Spartans of years past. This is the third time in Hank Resch's tenure that the Spartans have 10 or more wins. This is, again, a 6-game win streak on the line for the Spartans. Its longest dating back to 2005. An attempt there by Nick Pugliese with the pass to Koppel. Now to Paul Richardson. Back to Nick Pugliese. Pugliese will run inside the circle. Now Smith can't get it. It'll be scooped up by Griffin Kolka. 7:40 to go in the third quarter. Plymouth Whitemarsh 4, Springfield 3. Possession Colonials. Looking for its first multi-goal lead of the contest. Teams will make substitutions. Sherring, Diamond among the subs for PW. Coming in. Assistant coach Ryan Zerwin applauding the effort. Very good defensive game. PW has scored single digits in 6 straight games entering this one. PW is 1-5 in its last 6 contested games, not including a 1-0 forfeit over Archbishop Ryan, which the Raiders did not want to play against the Colonials. Well, PW lost the game. It gained a win on the correct column. 6:45 to go in the third quarter. Still 4-3 PW. Sullivan and Diamond believe to have 2 goals apiece. Multiple goals, that is. Now going inside near the cage. Dancing is Sullivan. He lost the ball in its possession. Springfield. Still no scoring here in this third quarter. Almost halfway through this third quarter. Still 4-3 Colonials. Richardson. The attempt by Fleur. Now Zach Koppel. And it will remain with the Spartans as the run after is won by Springfield Township of Montgomery County. There's also a Springfield, Delaware County. This is Springfield Monco. 6 minutes to go at quarter 3. Colonials 4, Spartans 3 on Plymouth Whitemarsh Senior Night. Here at Victory One Turf. Plymouth meeting. The lights are on. And it's a good one. Richardson inside, feeds through. Will go out of play. PW will win. The run after thanks to Stephen Kolka. Griffin Kolka also gave chase. One way or the other, Kolkas prevail. 5:40 to go in the third quarter. Still 4-3 Colonials. PW has scored double figures on Springfield in 2 of the previous 3 meetings. The last time Plymouth Whitemarsh hosted Springfield was on April 21st, 2016. It was 13-3 Colonials over the Spartans. Last season was when Suburban One American and Continental merged and became Suburban One Continental. And because of the merge, each team plays each other once instead of the previous each team faces each other twice when there were 3 Suburban One conferences, American, National, and Continental. 2 against 1. Smith, still in the PW end though. We'll scoop it up. Will not be offsides. Plymouth Whitemarsh coaching staff wearing red shirts and most of them wearing shorts, either tan or blue. Now dancing behind the cage. Brennan Fleur. 4:28 to go in the third quarter. Plymouth Whitemarsh in white 4, Springfield Township in dark 3. You're watching Suburban One Continental Boys Lacrosse on Colonial Instructional Television. Inside now, Spartans fires. Saved there by Kolka momentarily. It's Mike Iannarelli picking it up, going right to left for Plymouth Whitemarsh. He's running away to Rosemont College, but he's going to settle down. Still got until June 12th, till graduation for Plymouth Whitemarsh. PW would like to go to the state tournament for the first time in program history, but in order to do that, we had to win against Springfield, and then its regular season finale at Abington. And the final day for regular season games, May 11th, with May 12th as the District 1 seating meeting. The final home game of the season for Plymouth Whitemarsh. And it looks like it would be the final game, even if PW makes the playoffs, because the top 16 would get home games. 9-16 in the first round, 1-8 in the second round. Top 24 make the District 1 3A playoffs. Top 12 District 1 AA. 3:30 to go in the third quarter. Still 4-3 PW. No score here in this third quarter. It will go across field. Kicked by PW. Springfield comes up with the ground ball. Mindshine had it. The other, Justin Smith. Scoops it up to Paul Richardson. Richardson now back to Smith. Smith gives it to Wilson Cruson, who had Springfield's first goal, to make it 1-1 in the first quarter. So for Springfield, won the first 2 in the second, none in the third. PW 2 in the first, 2 in the second, none in the third, as Mike Anarelli will come in for Chris Ward. Also coming in, Ryan Wilsbach for Springfield. So again, Upper Dublin has already won the Suburban 1 Continental title outright this season. Upper Dublin, a couple of years ago, was the District 1 champion. So Suburban 1 Continental could be a Conference of Champions. And it's Griffin Kolka with the stick save. And again, it's defense prevailing in the first 10 minutes of the third quarter. 2 minutes to go in quarter 3 of 4 in regulation. 4-3 Colonials. Just a lot of sloppiness there, and it will be picked up by the Spartans, going left to right in dark blue. Paul Richardson is on the sidelines, eventually waiting to come in. Luke Jones awaits for PW on the sidelines. Richardson back in the game for the Spartans. Paul Richardson, who has a goal, coming off a 4-goal performance a couple days ago. Richardson tripped. That's going to be a turnover. Possession out, Plymouth Whitemarsh. Plymouth Whitemarsh tripped up Richardson. So Kolka now, Griffin it is, will feed it off to Matthew Sherring. Sherring going right to left now inside the Springfield end. Hank Resch definitely fired up for the Spartans. He's the head coach in his 4th season. Brian Gregg for PW, I believe, is 36 and 34. Hank Resch, 41 and 31. Trying to pick it up as Mind Shine. Contact there will be Richardson with the rock. 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. There's been no scoring so far this quarter. It's 4-3 Colonials. Now the pass there, trying to fire was Cruson. Run after by Zach Koppel. Gets his balance back. 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. Flag foot on the field. Cruson! Off the stick of Kolka. It is a push. Good save there by Kolka. It is a foul on Brian Dresnan. 30 seconds. So it's going to carry over since there's 29 seconds left in the third quarter. So for the first second in this fourth quarter, PW will be a man down. So it's going to be man advantage for the next 30 seconds for Springfield. So PW a player down, and we'll start the fourth quarter. On a power play. 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Springfield needs to go right now. I think Springfield's just got to settle. There was no scoring in the third quarter. It was 4-3 at halftime, and after 36 minutes of regulation, it's Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials 4, Springfield Township Spartans 3. And the Dresnan penalty carries over for 1 second from Q3 to Q4. So it's 4-3 PW, 12 minutes to go in regulation, and a very entertaining but low-scoring affair. It's 4-3 Colonials, no scoring in the third quarter. In an effort to improve its environmental footprint and provide greater public access to documents, the Colonial Board of School Directors has gone live online with Board Docs, a web-based document management system. With Board Docs, members of the community may view agendas and supporting attachments online prior to and during school board meetings. Eventually, board policies, meeting minutes, and more will be available through the Colonial School District's Board Docs site. Over time, the move to the paperless system is expected to save the school district thousands of dollars annually on paper and copying costs. PhillyLacrosse.com is the definitive source for all things lacrosse, high school, club, college, youth, and pro in the Philadelphia area. Make sure you check out PhillyLacrosse.com at www.phillylacrosse.com. This is Scott Samuel David Weiss, Wednesday, May 9th, 2018, senior night. PW has played a couple of games against Springfield on past May 9ths. In fact, the last time PW played Springfield on the May 9th was May 9th, 2007. Plymouth Whitemarsh won 16-3 at Springfield. Actually, that's the last time PW played at Springfield on May 9th. The last time PW hosted a game on May 9th was May 9th, 2014. 13-7. Dresden's released. We are even strength. We have switched sides for the fourth quarter. Plymouth Whitemarsh and White going left to right on your screen. Springfield and Dark right to left. So it's still 4-3. There is no scoring in the third quarter. The last goal of this game has been scored by Kenny Diamond with 39 seconds to go in the second quarter. PW trying to defeat Springfield in its final game for the second straight year and trying to defeat the Spartans for, I believe, the fifth straight meeting. Springfield has not defeated PW since 2015. It was 7-6 in either 3 or 4 overtimes. April 10th, April 8th, 2015. Of course, there are some flashes here for senior night. A lot of fans, family, friends want to get all of the memorable moments on camera. 11 minutes to go, regulation. 4-3 Colonials. Springfield is 12-5. PW 6-9. PW trying to sneak into the playoffs. Asman tips it behind. PW will retain possession. Good job there by Paul Asman to not let it go through. Each team wants this game, but who wants it more? It's hard to tell because of the defensive efforts the second half. Last season, PW defeated Springfield 7-3 in Erdenheim in the regular season finale for both teams. Plymouth Whitemarsh trailed 3-0 in the first half, went 7 unanswered to end the game. And now it's Springfield with the chance to tie. Smith inside for Richardson. Paul Richardson. Smith. The Fleur. Back to Justin Smith. Back to Brennan Fleur. Wilson Cruson will check back in for the Spartans. Brian Gregg drinking water on the sidelines. This is a very sweaty affair right now. Sweating it out, that is, on the sidelines. A lot of work going back and forth without a goal. There's a fire out of play. Run after will be won by the Spartans, I think. There's a good effort by Cruson. Now to Zach Koppel. Justin Smith. Hank Resch still hollering on the sidelines. He knows what's at stake for both teams. If Springfield wins this game, there's a possibility the Spartans will get a first-round playoff game in the District 1 AA playoffs. It'll be a turnover on the Spartans. PW lost to Wissahickon 9-8 on May 1st. The Spartans defeated Wissahickon 9-6 on May 7th. And PW looking to defeat a team with 10 or more wins for the first time this season. And it could be huge. Mike Iannarelli with a good feed. Going inside, fired by Sullivan is wide left. But PW wins the run after. 9:15 to go in quarter 4. 4-3 Colonials. Springfield, 1 the first, 2 in the second, none in the third, none so far in the fourth. Plymouth Whitemarsh, 2 in the first, 2 in the second, none in the third, none in the fourth so far. Players are allowed to sub back in. PW's got Cernicki, Ward, and Sherring, and Cernicki will come back out. Turnover by the Colonials. Possession Spartans. 9:05 to go in regulation. 4-3 Plymouth Whitemarsh over Springfield Township and Dark Blue. And there's Griffin Kolka with the loose change. Where PW going left to right. And there's a ground ball. Colin Cassan trying to get it. Justin Smith will have it for the Spartans going right to left. Feeds it inside now. Oh, what a save by Griffin Kolka with his body. He does the body prop. The planking helps. He is trying to encourage the crowd to make noise. Off the head of Iannarelli, turnover possession, Spartans. 8:23 to go in this exciting one. Colonials 4, Spartans 3. Springfield on a 6-game win streak. PW has lost 5 of 6 in contested games. There had been a forfeit win given to PW by Archbishop Ryan on April 26th. The Raiders did not want to play the Colonials. Timeout, Hank Resch. Springfield, 8:09 to go in regulation. It's Plymouth, Whitemarsh, and White 4. Springfield Township and Dark 3. I'm Scott Sable, David Weiss. Senior night, Wednesday, May 9th, 2018. The next and final regular season scheduled edition of CITV Sports is planned for Thursday, May 10th, 2018, if the weather and circumstances permit, would be Plymouth Whitemarsh baseball taking on Cheltenham at the Plymouth Whitemarsh baseball turf for, I believe, teacher appreciation game. Cheltenham has a couple of league wins, but PW at 7-5 in the league, a 4-win improvement in league play already from last season. It would be a battle of the defending last place finishers, as both Cheltenham and PW finished tied for last in Super 1 American Baseball in 2017, but PW entered May 9th, number 15 in baseball. If PW defeats Cheltenham in baseball, if the circumstances permit, then PW's chances of making the District 1 playoffs for the first time since 2014 in baseball would be likely. Plymouth Whitemarsh would like to get back into the PW boys lacrosse playoffs, the District 1 boys lacrosse 3A playoffs, that is. But entering the day number 27, 3 spots behind Westchester East for the final spot, but Westchester East has a couple of tough games still. 1 game left actually at number 17 Downingtown West on May 10th. If Westchester East loses that one, it could be to PW's advantage. Emperor Horsham playing Souderton, number 16 District 1 3A, and on May 11th, number 15 Garnet Valley, number 26 Hatboro, number 25 Owen J. Roberts, I think, is done for the season. And now it's Cruson. 8 minutes to go in regulation. Spartans with the ball. PW up 4-3. No scoring in the third quarter. PW led 2-1 after 1 quarter. 4-3 at the half. Richardson moving ahead. He's at the Cruson. Cruson loses the ball. Cruson trips. Another player trip. PW gets the ball on the inadvertent trip. I think Brennan Fleur has contested that he had been contacted. But not good enough. It's Griffin Kulka, the keeper for PW, a senior. One of a bunch of seniors recognized in senior night. Iannarelli moving ahead as the lights are shining bright here at the Victory Field. 7:25 to go, regulation on senior night. Plymouth Whitemarsh clinging to a 4-3 advantage. PW has never trailed, had been tied a couple of times. PW now dancing behind the cage as Paul Asman waits. Now PW's Iannarelli going right, left to right. Diamond. Ward. Head to Colin Cassad. Sullivan. Guarded by Dylan Donnelly. Donnelly, a junior. 6:37 to go in regulation. 4-3 Colonials. Inside. The feed is lift on. Good pickup by Mindshine. As Diamond will check out for PW. Good there by Brian Dresden. Good cause, but the turnover is not made, though. Justin Smith. The last goal of this game was scored by Kenny Diamond with 39 seconds to go in quarter 2. We are 6 minutes away from regulation ending. And now Hank Resch would like Paul Richardson to take a breather. And now Springfield and the PWN looking to tie it up. Now 5.5 minutes to play. It's 4-3 Colonials. Springfield trying to fire one in. Nick Pugliese. Now Zach Koppel. Koppel passes it off to Ryan Wolfsbach. Wolfsbach now to Teddy Saunders. Saunders moving ahead against Eric Luba. But not pulling the trigger. Fire. Boom! Shaka! No! Did that not go in? That hit the top of the net. That hit the top of the net. Even as someone who's with CITV, that looked like that went in. The no call will allow PW to keep the lead and get a timeout, and Hank Resch is furious on a ball that looked like it clearly hit the top of the net. Did it hit the crossbar or the top of the net? It looked like it went in. The referees are going to discuss. It's timeout Plymouth Whitemarsh with 4:59 to go. That was a beautiful bounce move. It looked like Springfield tied the game, but the referees said it hit the crossbar, but it looked like it hit the net, then the crossbar. Well, PW will maintain a 4-3 lead for the time being. Out of the timeout with possession. And Springfield has to be careful it doesn't get a card. I think Springfield might be getting a card. Because it looks like an official has a card out. 4:59 to go in regulation. Plymouth Whitemarsh 4, Springfield Township 3. Again, I'm Scott Cyril, David Weiss. It's May 9, 2018 for Plymouth Whitemarsh Senior Night. There's been no scoring in this second half. PW had leads 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, and now 4-3. Springfield has tied it up a couple of times. For Springfield, Wilson Cruson, Paul Richardson, and Justin Smith have goals for the Colonials, 2 apiece from Brendan Sullivan and Kenny Diamond. Out of the timeout, it's 4-3. It looked like Springfield tied it up, but the officials said nay. And to my eyes, it looked like it went in too. And we're sorry if either of us were wrong or right. But the officials say no goal. 4 minutes 40 to go, regulation, 4-3 Colonials. If Springfield ties it up, we would be going to as many overtimes as it takes until the next goal wins. Iannarelli fires. Asman jarred it away, and it'll be possession Springfield Township. What a second half that's been. No goals so far in the second half for either team. This is a very low-scoring affair. Springfield averages 4.53 goals allowed per game. PW allows 7.85 per. About average for Springfield. Springfield 5-2 in the league. PW 3-3. The Spartans would like to finish at least second. Springfield most likely make the District 1 AA playoffs, but PW like to hold on for the win. And it's a crease violation, possession Plymouth Whitemarsh. 3:41 to go in regulation. This is a stressful second half for Springfield Township. Like every time it's going to tie it up, including the one that wasn't too long ago that went at the top of the net, it seemed, but was not called a goal. Now it's Iannarelli. 1 against 2. Now we'll dance toward the end line, looking for room. 3:17 to go. PW might play keep away to try to draw some contact. Who would have thought that 4-3 at halftime would even hold up to win a game? Well, we're 3 minutes forward to finding out if the game will end or not. Kenny Diamond now with 2 goals. He has the last goal of this game with 39 seconds to go in the first half. That's the difference. Sherring will come out for Chris Ward. PW wins, they're still alive for a playoff berth. Lose, and it's probably over. Now an opportunity for Kassan. Boom, shakalaka! Colin Kassan gives PW a 5-3 lead with 2:39 to go in regulation. That is the first goal by either team since 39 seconds to go in quarter two. PW on a 2-0 run. Colin Cassan with probably the biggest goal of the season right now for Plymouth Whitemarsh. Springfield has 3 goals total. Face-off won by the Spartans. They need to go quickly with 2.5 minutes to play. Under the lights here in Plymouth meeting. Largest lead now at 2 for PW. PW, 2 in the first, 2 in the second, none in the third, 1 in the fourth. Springfield, 1, 2, 0, and 0. Fire. Boom, shakalaka. That for sure counts for Nick Pugliese, and it's now 5-4. What a huge goal for the Spartans with 2:12 to go. And that took 27 seconds from 2 goals to 1 in terms of advantage. And now this is more stressful. 2:12 to go and a good one. How the least amount of goals Springfield has scored this season. I'm trying to look here. Could have been 4. Springfield won a game 4-3 against Pope John Paul on April 11th. And Springfield wins the face-off. PW had a 5-3 lead with 2:39 to go regulation. Now we have 2 minutes to go regulation. 5-4 Colonials in this low-scoring affair. Right. That one's put through. Boom, shakalaka. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? The Spartans have tied it up. $152. That took 20 seconds. It's 5-all. Springfield 2-1 advantage in this fourth quarter. No scoring in the third quarter. 2 goals in 20 seconds. And it's going to come down to who might win the face-off. Scott Horry and Justin Smith. Ground ball. PW gets it. It's Iannarelli. He's going for it. He loses it. Still loose. It's Sullivan for PW for minute 30 to go. Regulation. Plymouth Whitemarsh 5. Springfield 5. And dating back to 2005, there's only been one meeting that had gone to overtime. It was April 8th, 2015. Springfield won 7-6 in either 3 or 4 overtimes here in Plymouth meeting. Plymouth Whitemarsh led 5-3 with 2:39 to go regulation. It's 5-all with about a minute to go in regulation. Springfield had goals with 2:12 to go and 1:52 to go in regulation. Springfield now 1-2-0 and 2. PW 2-2-0 and 1. Diamond dances ahead, loses the ball. PW tried to pick it up. There's a trip. We'll go against PW Springfield ball with 45 seconds to go. Actually, timeout. This game is so exciting. Plymouth Whitemarsh called a timeout. I thought it was a turnover. 45 seconds to go regulation. It's Plymouth Whitemarsh 5, Springfield Township 5. If no one else scores in the final 45 seconds, we will be going to overtime, in which it would be golden goal. Next goal would win. So, again, I'm Scott Sale, David Weiss. What a senior night it's been. PW has never trailed, led by as many as 2, led 5-3 with 2:39 to go in regulation. Then it became 5-4 on a Nick Pugliese goal at 2:12 to go. 20 seconds later, Springfield tied it up. Spartans fans loving it. PW fans loving it. We're loving it. And to tell you something, in fact, in the previous 19 meetings, this would be the least amount of goals combined in a game. 10 goals combined right now is fewer than every other. I know on April 10th, 2015, PW won 9-4. That's 13. You know, there was also been 7-6 games. That's 13 combined. So only 10 combined goals in the first 47-15. Possession, PW with the chance to win. They could keep it all they want. There's no shot clock. 40 seconds to go in regulation. 5-all, PW in Springfield Township. What a game it's been. Now there's Sullivan. Lost control. Iannarelli with the scoop. 25 seconds left in regulation. Trying to go against Asmund. He'll trip. There's a trip. Possession, Springfield with 18 seconds left. Can a shot get off? Season on the line for PW here. Give it to Cruson. 9 seconds. 6 seconds. Dart loose. PW with the ball. Need to fire one here. We are going to overtime. 48 minutes, not enough. Springfield did score more goals than PW in that final quarter regulation. 2-1. We are tied at 5-all. And for just the second time, dating back to 2005, PW will be playing Springfield in extra lacrosse. In boys lacrosse, 5-minute overtimes. If we're still tied after the first overtime, there'll be a second overtime. And we'll keep going till there's a winner. PW this season 0-2 in overtime. Springfield. This is Springfield's first game this season in overtime. In fact, the last time Springfield went to overtime was a 5-4 one-overtime loss at versus Wissahickon today a year ago. How fitting is that? May 9, 2017. It'll be a 4-minute overtime. So 4-minute overtime. Next goal wins. Season on the balance perhaps for PW. PW wins. They remain alive with 1 game to go to possibly sneak into the top 24 for District 1 3A. PW loses, most likely out of the playoff picture. Springfield with a win here could get number 8 in District 1 AA in a first round home game in District 1 AA. So we'll recap here. After the first quarter, it was 2-1 PW. At halftime, 4-3 PW. It was still 4-3 PW after 3. In the fourth quarter, PW's Colin Cassan gave the Colonials a 5-3 lead with 2:39 to go. Then 27 seconds later, 2:12 to go, Nick Pugliese put the Spartans within 1 at 5-4. 20 seconds later, a minute 52 to go, the Spartans tied it up. And this overtime period, PW and white going left to right, Springfield and dark right to left on your screens. The last time these teams played overtime, it went either 3 or 4 extra sessions. In April of 2015, the Spartans won 7-6. Again, goal to goal, whoever scores first wins. Here's the face-off. It will be possession Springfield on the violation for Scott Horry. Now here's Smith. Remember, we're in overtime. Winner would be the team who scores. Next goal wins. PW trying to bring on the defense. It's Richardson. Richardson is trying to put the shot through. Boom shakalaka! Springfield wins the game. 6-5 on the goal by Paul Richardson. Springfield will finish the regular season at 13-5, putting a dampering on PW's postseason hopes. This is just the third time since 2005 the Spartans have defeated PW, and it took only 21 seconds for Paul Richardson to get this game over with. Final score here for Plymouth meeting, Springfield Township 6, Plymouth Whitemarsh 5 in overtime. PW had a 5-3 lead with 2:39 to go and had given up 3 unanswered. Plymouth Whitemarsh drops to 6-10. Springfield ends its regular season at 13-5, and this is the third or fourth straight overtime loss for Plymouth Whitemarsh, and the season might be over after its game against Abington on May 10th. What a game it is. Again, the final score, Springfield Township 6, Plymouth Whitemarsh 5 in overtime on the goal by Paul Richardson. That's another edition of CITV Sports. I'm Scott Sable. David Weiss. It was an exciting one here. And for more information regarding CITV programming, visit us online at www.colonialsd.org/community/CITV. What a great game it was. Have a good night.